Hello, another video. This is, I don't know why I'm saying that at the beginning, that's stupid. Uh, Whatever, anyway. Um, yeah, I was gonna talk in this video about body hair. I've never liked shaving, even though I've, I, I don't think that I ever preferred having hair, but I don't think I ever thought about my preferences as much as just what is socially required. Um, and growing up as a Jehovah's Witness, there was a lot of pressure and moralizing done about it, about appearance. Like, Jehovah's Witnesses will say, like, how you, whatever your presentation and how you look reflects on God, and, like, it will stop people from being able to, um, like, find the truth, if you look unpresentable or you give them, you're off-putting to them in any way. So it's like all this pressure because like them becoming a Jehovah's Witness is like considered to be saving their life. And so it's like you have to look the way that you're supposed to look or you're killing people basically. So it's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure to grow up with, and I'm not someone who is naturally very, like, aesthetically aware. I I can be, but it's not a daily constant awareness for me. It's more intermittent. And so I mean, until I was probably in my mid-teens, like until I was going into junior high school, I didn't really pay all that much attention to how I looked. I know later in elementary school I started to, but still, um, like just for going to school, and a lot of other times I wouldn't necessarily pay that much attention. I might look at myself in the mirror and do a random thing like try to put my hair in a ponytail or um, want to try my sister's makeup or something, or I would be more picky about my clothes. Like I probably got mostly into clothes, um, not in a fashionista sort of way, just in actually choosing what things I liked. And um, that's probably around when my mom actually started letting me choose because she was very controlling about that kind of thing. Anyway, so yeah. Which I was probably oblivious, so maybe maybe the amount that she was controlling it was appropriate at the time. Um, yeah. But anyway, so all those things I feel like really um, have influenced me. And now that I've left Jehovah's Witnesses and I don't have to follow all their rules and shit constantly hanging over my head and constantly on my back, wearing me down, dragging me down, clogging up my life with tons of shit that doesn't matter to me. I can just fucking look how I want. I can fucking talk how I want, and be how I am. It's, it's a freaking miracle. So, I, feels kind of awkward sometimes, or I feel uncomfortable with my body hair, but I think I'm getting more used to it. I, for some reason, the armpit hair has been easier to get used to than leg hair. Um, I feel like maybe it's because there were all those news, well, I don't know if it's really news articles, but anyway, some sort of articles about the people that dye their armpit hair like bright colors and stuff, and I don't know, it just made me look at it differently, and it seemed cool. And now I don't feel that weird about my armpit hair. I mean, I still sometimes feel weird about other people seeing it, but I feel less weird about just having it, like just me seeing it. Um, and I'm starting to feel more that way about my leg hair too, like more personally comfortable. I feel like the longer I actually grow it, I think I've been growing it for maybe a couple months. I'm not exactly sure how many months. Probably not more than 3 months. Um, but it seems like the longer I grow it and the more it fills in, the longer it gets, like, um, it just seems less gross to me. It seems more just kind of like furry, like I'm a little furry animal. Which I think is cute, so it's, yeah, it's bothering me less. I'm feeling less awkward about it than I was before. Getting more accustomed to it. And the big effect, the big good effect and a reason to do it, not just because I'm rebelling against what I was told to do, but because it doesn't worrying constantly about like every day about whether my body hair is growing or whether my face is covered in makeup and made up to look whatever way is supposed to be beautiful instead of how it really looks. You know, all that stuff, and my hair, it being smooth, and, you know, all the, like, upkeep of all those things that you're supposed to do, like, every day, apparently. It's just, that shit was just clogging up my life. Like, too many things to worry about and to force myself to do that just don't matter to me. Um, and it's just a big relief, like, mentally and emotionally and psychologically, like to just not have to worry about that stuff all the time. And my mind is freed up to do other things. I don't always feel like I'm some sort of secret, like I can't leave the house until I do 50 things because no one is allowed to see me the way I am. And this way, it's like, you know, dreadlocks, you just. I mean, I try to do a little something to my hair so I don't feel like a hobo or something. Um, but it's much less, you know, like I can now put my attention, like just a small amount of attention on being clean, which is a good thing to let me focus on. Um, yeah, so it's nice. It's very nice. Well, so I guess I should show it to you because that's what people usually do on these videos. Guess I don't have to, but I feel like that is a small part of it. I understand why people feel a visceral negative reaction to seeing women with body hair because it's just not usual and it seems masculine or it seems like, I don't know, just like it's not supposed to be there. You know, everyone is kind of trained like it's not supposed to be there, so something wrong. So I understand that reaction, but I think like a lot of people have mentioned, the only way to deal with that or to get past that attitude is to actually see it and get used to it and to confront that reaction. So that makes sense to me. So here we go, I guess. Here is my armpit hair. Ta-da! That doesn't look like very much armpit hair. I have kind of a bit of armpit hair. Not as much as some people, not as little as other people, but it's dark brown and it's long. Maybe sometime I'll dye it a fun color. I've thought about it. I probably will at some point. I wonder if sometime I should dye my leg hair. It would be fun, like having leg warmers on all the time or something. I don't know. We'll see. Leg hair. There's my leg hair. It's very long, and it looks like my brother's leg. That's what I think sometimes when I look down. I'm used to seeing it on a man's leg that looks somewhat like my leg. It feels a little weird, but I'm getting more used to it. At first, I felt like because it made me feel weird and mannish, I felt like it was a weird contradiction to wear like skirts or to paint my nails and stuff, even when I would want to do those things. But I'm getting more used to it, and I think that socially, even though it's not classically normal, there are a lot of things that are changing that way as far as gender norms, um, like transgender people and the whole movement, and then sexuality, like all of that stuff that is allowing people to be more fluid and to be more complex. People don't have to be all one way. Um, Gender and sexuality don't have to be so rigid as far like you can only pick one stereotype and be all that. When maybe some people like that. But and so I don't think there's anything wrong with liking or being very much in a certain stereotype. I think obviously stereotypes are come about for a reason because they're off of things that actually exist. They're not just made up. But at the same time, there are a lot of other things that exist. They're not, stereotypes are generalities, and it's not the only way people can be. Some people are very uh, crazy mishmash of all different things. You know, I mean, I would argue that everyone is to some extent. Some people just are more outwardly that way. So I'm one of those people, I think. There are some ways that I'm very average and similar to average women or to average people. But then there are other ways where I'm very unusual and contradictory according to those kinds of norms. So, anyway, that is all for today. Thanks for watching. Bye.